You brought me here because you want me to kill you.
No, I would have been way more upfront about that. So I'm doing science. But I'm kind of at a place where I don't know if what I'm doing is right anymore. And I I really want to make sure what I'm doing is right because I don't want to be the next Kaimdar. I feel like I need to make that clear every single time. I'm not going to be the next Kaimdar. And well, I feel like to do that, I kind of need to recruit an ethics board. Now, of all the people who I have at least decent relationships with on this server, there's only one person who I think could make a reasonable ethics board. So I am doing science, and I would really like to be doing ethical science. I'm trying to figure out
Okay.
a lot of things, and I don't want to be Kaimdar. I don't want to be the next Kaimdar. I most specifically do not want to pull a Kaimdar and make things worse for everyone. So that's where you come in. You're going to be the ethics board.
Okay, that's fun. I have a
Yeah,
question about being an ethics board. Wouldn't
yeah.
it be ethical if I actually also get a say in that?
Well, that's why I'm asking you.
Oh, okay, but you sort of said you're going to be the ethics board as if I didn't have a choice. So,
Well, look, I do not have a lot of options, okay? There aren't a lot of people on this server that I would trust to be the ethics board. I would think to do Jaffa, but Jaffa is currently indisposed with whatever's happening with him in the Skulk, and
uh-huh.
I'm not getting Kaimdar with this. He's the he's my role model of what is not you're not supposed to do as a scientist. He's my negative role model. I'm not getting him as an ethics board, and it's like, well, dang it, that's kind of all the people I have relationships with on the server, except for Tooth, who I just
Oh.
met, who he seems interesting, and it's
Tooth
look,
kidnapped the LAs.
wait, that Tooth? Oh! Oh!
And I also discovered that Silver was involved.
Okay, so that just knocked two people off the list. Look, if I'm looking for an ethical person, I think I came to the wrong server except for maybe you.
Okay, I'm the most ethical person on the server. I think that's a compliment. It's a strange compliment, but I'll take it.
Like, like what am I supposed to do? Come on, man. So please be the
Well,
ethics board. If not, I will do
okay.
science without ethics, which is that's not a threat. It's more like a I don't know.
Desperation.
Yeah, this isn't science
Okay,
I can exactly give up
I will,
on.
I won't be the ethics board, but I will hear you out and see what I think.
All right. So, uh, do you have like, uh, you're gonna want to put like respiration on.
Oh, give me a minute. I got it in my under chest. There we go. Oh, perfect.
All right.
Wee.
Uh, Deep-a-doop.
Oh, wow. It's literally just a hole in the ocean floor. Okay.
Well, I figured no one was gonna find it anyway, so
Well, no, yeah, it makes it more likely for people to not find.
yeah. So these are my big questions I'm trying to solve.
Uh huh.
Um, and what I've found
Why
out so far.
Arcadia? Because it's fun over here.
I meant,
I don't know
why
what
did I?
this mean.
Okay. Do you? Okay, I'll explain. Okay, so why Arcadia means why did I end up in Arcadia? I
Uh
should
huh.
have gone to the dragon fight.
Yes, I went to some Skulk dimension.
Yeah, like the. Remember when like I lost my memories and then I got my memories back?
Mm-hmm.
I had like a mini conversation with the universe, which sounds very religious and stuff, but that's like the best way I can explain it. And the universe said a bunch of stuff about how like the universe loves me because I am love. That's not
Uh huh.
exactly a very direct explanation for why I ended up in Arcadia. Um,
No.
so I figured the universe has something to do with it, but that's like saying breathing has something to do with it, you know? So I don't know why I ended up in Arcadia. So that's a question I have because for all
Mm-hmm.
really there's no logical reason why I should have ended up here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know what went wrong the first time because uh you know how I do my summoning circles? Or I did?
Yes.
So, uh, I got that from a book. Um,
Mm-hmm.
way back in my single player world, I wanted to be able to meet other players, and so, there was a wandering trader with a book, um, and the
Mm-hmm.
book had this like fancy thing. It was doing a lot of words, and I'm going to admit I did not read most of the book. Um,
Okay.
which was now looking back in hindsight is probably very bad, but it had a section on using the power of LAN, which I found from Tooth Mean's local area network, using the power of LAN to make a single player world open to other players.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, except clearly I didn't get other players coming through. I got something else which
Well,
is now in my head.
that would only be players on your local network, right?
I don't know. I look,
Okay.
I understand all of these words like separately and together I have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Fascinating.
I was actually trying to think about the word network, like what's a network? So I thought maybe mushrooms like a mycelium network. But that's
Yeah,
just kind of a shot in the dark.
I don't think this is referring to that kind of network. More
I
of
don't know, man.
a okay, yeah, I don't either. It's
Um,
like the fabric of reality kind of network, I think. Like I believe I've explained this to you before, but there's the fabric of reality and sometimes it folds over on itself and then players can join. I don't know.
so
That's also a shot in the dark.
so LAN is intentionally folding the network or like intentionally folding the fabric of the reality.
I don't know.
All
Probably.
right. Um, why me is pretty self-explanatory because why why if why why are they stuck to me?
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh,
I don't have any answers for that,
yeah,
unfortunately.
this is why I made an entire room dedicated to trying to figure things out. Why can't they get
Probably
in?
because you're the one that opened the network then though. Right?
That is something I had not considered, and I feel kind of stupid now. But that is something to think
Well,
about.
if they wanted a way in and you opened the gate, so to speak, or you folded the network, you folded the fabric, and maybe that's why.
I folded fabric. Part of the
This
way
is
I'm
getting
sort of
interesting.
part of the way I'm sort of like dealing with like the emotional weight of this is by making jokes. So if I'll
Mm-hmm.
come back later and I'll see I folded fabric and that'll make me smile and that'll be a little bit better at least.
Okay, yeah, good.
Why
Um,
can't they get in is in relation to the server because this is a little bit complicated. But in the beginning, when I was just fresh from my hardcore worlds, um, in my hardcore worlds they would sort of chase me. It's complicated. It's like they were chasing me, but also they wanted me to kill the dragon. It was confusing, and I didn't really have any time to stop and think about it. And well, they kept talking about how they kept saying things and then not following through because they couldn't for some reason they can't seem to affect Arcadia. Like they can talk to me, but they couldn't do anything to the world because one of the reasons when I when they were chasing me in my hardcore worlds, the world would sort of warp around them. Like things would get broken. Like there would be like a
mhm.
falling block of sand in the air that wasn't falling. There would be floating blocks and things that were sort of warped and broken. And that was how I knew they were getting close. But nothing like that's happened in Arcadia. So why can't they do that here? Or if they can, why aren't they doing it? Because I have a feeling they can't get in, because if they could get in, then um this server would not exist anymore.
I'm writing on your sign. Scuba is the admin, right?
I did try to ask him, that's how I ended up talking to Tooth.
Oh, okay. Well, try to get scuba.
Yeah. Um, and then what are they is I don't know exactly what they are, but for a while I thought they didn't like water. And then in one of my notebooks I have that they're totally fine with water. But I built this place
Mm-hmm.
under the water specifically so that it would be harder for them to find if they ended up here. So I don't actually know what about the water, but I've made a list of things that don't like water. So I've got Enderman and cats.
So you're thinking they are either Enderman or cats.
I think that's a very incomplete list. I think there's probably a lot of other things that don't like water. Those were just the only ones that came to mind, and Tooth couldn't think of any others either. Do you know what doesn't like
Mm-hmm.
water?
Nope.
Because like a lot of things don't like a lot of water. Like you can't like put a bunch of yeah, that's my decontamination room. You can't put like a
Oh,
bunch of
okay.
water
Yeah,
in a
sorry.
garden.
I might have contaminated it just then.
It'll be fine. Copper is an antimicrobial, so it'll be fine in a couple minutes.
Oh, okay.
Um, and then why my memories? This is kind of why I wanted you here.
Uh-huh.
Because I was looking through my journal, because I went back and I tried to write down everything I could remember. And that's this. I haven't signed it yet because I'm still hoping I'll remember more. But I went through and I wrote down everything I could remember. And, well,
Uh-huh.
I was looking at when I would lose my memories. Because imagining that all of this is everything I remember, and that the times I've listed losing my memories are the only times I lost my memories, because that's what I have to go off of. Um, then I seem to lose my memories after I die, which is weird and doesn't make a lot of sense. Um, and I don't know why that would be a
Okay.
thing,
I don't either.
but I'm thinking that that's kind of the strongest lead I have to go off of right now,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
because the rest of this is pretty abstract. But
So
I could definitely test dying.
you brought me here because you want me to kill you.
No, I would have been way more upfront about that. I look, man, after what happened with Kaimadar, he made me kill him. Like, literally. I'm not doing that to anyone else.
Okay. But you do want
Um,
to die. You're talking about dying. Well,
I'm
here's
t-
the
I'm talking about how I want to test it, but the problem is that okay, let's assume that when I die I lose my memories. If
Oh
I now
no, I don't want to
die,
deal with that corn again.
seriously, man. Okay, look. If I
Well, you
die,
were kind of annoying then. I'm sorry to say it, but that was really, you know what I'm
I
saying?
was living in fight or flight, man.
Yeah, I get it,
I've chilled out a lot.
but I also know that one. That's because you got your memories back. But if you lose your memories, then you're
Okay,
going to go back and fight a flight mode. The one you said.
from a purely scientific perspective, getting rid of like all of the emotion here. If I'm testing if whether I lose my memories and I die and I then lose my memories, I've proved it, but I won't have known it.
Well, I will be here to document it, I guess.
Yes, you came to that conclusion on your own. Thank God. Okay.
Is that what you want? Okay, so what you're asking is you want to die. We want to test to see if you could lose your memories. But I don't think we should do this without also having a good way of getting the memories back, should you lose them.
No, I was thinking
Because
about
what's
it.
the point? What's the point of any of this if you lose your memories and then you don't ever get them back?
No, 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 no. I wrote it. I wrote all this stuff down. I wrote all this
Oh,
stuff down that I can remember.
yeah. So this book is going to be your guide if you lose your memories.
Yeah, it's basically my memories, just without any of like the pictures and stuff.
Okay. Uh, how do we know? How do you know for sure that if you were to lose your memories, you would actually believe what's in that book?
Ooh,
What if you don't?
fair
What if
point.
you see that book and you're like, well, this is weird. How can somebody know this sort of stuff where this never happened?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be super paranoid. I guess I can sign the book, label it read me, and it's by cornmilk. It's not exactly something you can fake. Um wow, I'm gonna be super paranoid. I'm not gonna trust that. Maybe like writing down like leaving myself a note like, "Hey, no, but I'm not gonna believe." Oh my gosh. All right.
I'm trying
Okay.
to think here because I'm, of course, also going to be there. Because obviously, I'm not letting you do that alone.
Yeah.
dying and whatnot. So, is there anything that you think that I could say that makes you believe that you can trust me,
Um,
or give you, or anything that I could do to help you understand that it's real?
I'm really trying. I'm thinking maybe what if okay. So if I die, this world isn't hardcore. I'll respawn. I know that
Mm-hmm.
now. So I can set my spawn somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
What if we spawn trap me?
Okay. Yeah.
So like make it so I spawn in like an obsidian box or something. So I'm not going out until everything's okay.
Mm-hmm. We
Um,
can do that.
and then I'm stuck in there with this book, and it says read me. And maybe a bunch of signs, uh, that I've written to myself, or maybe a bunch of books saying, I know you're freaking out right now. But
Well, again, I will also be there.
yeah. Um, what does Woot think about any of this?
Uh, so Wood has had some thoughts throughout this, and I've been not voicing them very specifically, and Wood's a little bit upset with me for that, but also understands. Um, the problem is that there is still some really dark entity attached to you, and Wood doesn't really know what that will do when you die. As in, you've died before and it's been fine, but what if, I don't know, this time it will actually set the dark entity free?
Well,
The day that you've been talking to about.
the thing about that is, I died a lot in.
Exactly, that's what I've been thinking.
I died. I was
And also, I don't think it's an Enderman.
all right. Not an Enderman. We're not ruling out a cat though. We're not ruling out
We're
a cat.
not really. Oh, I'm never rooting out cats.
Um, I died a lot in my hardcore worlds. I can remember 5 of them. I don't know if there were more because I think I got all of my memories back, but there's always the possibility that I didn't. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so I remember 5 hardcore worlds and I died in them. So if I was going to die, if me dying was going to fix things, then or well not fix things, make everything worse, but fix things for them, then I feel like, you know, and besides, they haven't talked to me in a while. It's honestly kind of nice
It
and
is nice, yeah.
concerning.
Well, if that's the case, Wood's asking if maybe we should take a risk. Take the risk. I'm sorry, I don't speak that language, Wood. I'm having trouble translating to English. Um, basically, Wood wonders if the entity has been talking to you, if you die now, if that would trigger something and sort of wakes them up if they are asleep.
Well, even if it wakes them up, at least we'll know we'll have tested something, so we'll be farther along. And if it wakes them up,
Mm-hmm.
I can deal with them. They're just in my head. It's gonna suck, but they're in my head. That's all they are. They're gonna be
There's
loud and
something
annoying, but
there.
they're they're
There
they're
is something else that Wood's saying. It's about okay. So you see this little thing?
a lasso? Oh no, it's an axe?
It's an axe.
It's an axe that looks like a lasso. Okay.
So I got this from the spirit of the forest over there.
Oh,
Turns
that
out
that
the forest,
it has a
it's
spirit?
all alive and it has a spirit.
Oh, I feel so
I
guilty
can
now.
I can take you to the spirit, but you kind of need to be careful because she seems to be always asleep. So we'll have to be quiet if we do that. But Wood says that she can protect us.
From what are we being from if they wake back up?
Uh huh. I don't understand it. Look, Wood sort of communicates in ideas, not in English. I
Wait,
sort of
wait,
know.
Woot communicates in ideas?
Uh huh.
Do you think
Like
we
concepts.
do you think Woot could talk to me? Do you think if I woke up and I was really scared, Woot could give me the idea of safety?
Oh, would if that was the right thing. Like, Wood
It,
will definitely do that if Wood believe that is the right thing to do. But I cannot never predict what Wood's going to do.
okay, Woot. Um, I know we have a complicated sort of thing where you I don't think you like me much. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think you like me much. Um, but this would be something that would maybe help get rid of the dark entity because it would solve
Don't
one
you
of the
feel
questions.
this?
What?
Well, as you are talking, I'm getting this really, from Wood, I'm getting this really warm sense of love. I don't think Wood hates you. Do you not feel that? He's not doing it to you? Or
I'm
am
not
I the only one who can perceive that?
I'm not feeling anything right now. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. No, I don't think Wood can do it then.
Oh, um, dang it. Uh, maybe. All right. Um, do you think? So Woot definitely can't send me a feeling. Um,
Do you feel this?
I'm not feeling anything, but I'm
Okay.
thinking about Maisie.
Oh. Oh. So here is what I'm getting. Um, that Macy was kind of filling the same role in your life as Wood is filling in mine right now. Like just a really great companion and a friend.
Yeah,
So if what you're receiving now is that, then maybe that's the comfort. I
it
don't
is.
know how this works. Wood doesn't seem to quite understand it either. We are all
Yeah.
kind of different from each other, you know?
Yeah, and
Wood isn't
apparently I
very
have a dark entity
physical.
attached to me, you know.
Well, Wood isn't physical, right? Neither does is the dark entity, I think, but also sort of I think it is because water,
Yeah, I'm
which is physical.
no, but like I have in my notebook that they also don't care about water. Like it's confusing. Because
Okay.
when I was in my hardcore world, if I was on the water, then they didn't generally bother me. Like they bothered me once, but it wasn't anything compared to all the other things. And they never, well, they made the world glitched once when I was in water, but compared to all the other times the world kind of got messed up. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the point where I'm trying to go is we are all different, of course. We are more physical, you and I, and then Wood is not physical. Wood sort of communicates to the spirit, if that makes sense. And we each deal with that differently because we're not used to doing that because we are physical.
Yeah. Okay.
Which makes it difficult for Wood to talk to anyone because Wood doesn't know how to talk to us because we're
Woot
all doing it differently.
Woot must be so lonely.
Well, I'm here now.
Okay.
He's my best friend, and he knows how to talk to me, so it's fine, I guess. I'm
Okay.
only now realizing it was different how we talked before.
What?
Like earlier, like in when I was alone, would talk to me like with sounds, and now it's more in my head, if that makes sense.
Huh.
Wood adapted, I guess, to how I listen to Wood.
Oh.
This doesn't make sense either, does it?
I A lot of things don't make sense. Oh.
Here's what I want to do. Because apparently Wood was able to convey Maisie, the
Yeah.
feeling that you got there.
Well, it wasn't a feeling, it was a thought.
A thought, okay. Yeah, so here that's what I mean. It's different for each of us. Um, are you sure you want to risk losing your memories?
Um, I'm not sure. But I've decided to stop running from things I'm afraid of. You know? Because
Oh, that's
for
the
the
one
longest
argument I
time,
can't resist.
for the longest time, I've just been sort of ignoring them or trying really hard to ignore
Mm-hmm.
them. And yeah, they're not talking to me now, but I don't know why. I don't know why they're not talking to me. And if I don't know why and if I don't know why things are happening, I can't make it actually stop. Because I know they're not gone. I can feel it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I want them gone. So if this is gonna get me closer to them that, then yeah, I'll do it, you know? And I think it will. I think this will at least figure something out.
Wood says we should do it.
All right, Woo, glad to have you on board.
I'm still a little bit hesitant though.
Well, it's we don't
But
we're
that
not
is
doing.
more for personal feelings. For like, I'm really not looking forward to the corn that doesn't have memories.
But we're not doing it now. We'll wait a bit. We'll set up a death trap room. Well, not death trap
Uh
room,
huh.
death loop room. It's it doesn't have. It's not going to happen right now. I'm not emotionally prepared for
Okay.
that. I'm not emotionally prepared to not remember my kids if it was that.
Oh boy, I would have to take care of them too, huh? Well, I mean,
Oh
I
my
could.
gosh! Wait, are they in here? Are they in here? Yes, adopted son and eventual daughter. They are in here. Okay.
Oh, good.
I just had a panic moment, and I've signed that one now, so I couldn't edit it.
No. What's good? They're in there. They're in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we're going to do it. We'll figure out when and how.
Yeah.
Oh no, now I get to ask that question. Goran, how would you like to die?
Oh God. We're gonna have to think about that. Ooh, we're gonna have to think about that. Um,
If you have a bandage, do you like it ripped up really fast or really slow and careful?
it starts slow and careful, and then I get impatient.
Okay, we can work with that.
I'll figure it
Okay,
out.
yeah.
I don't want you to worry about that because that seems like a not good thing to have
No,
someone
no,
else
no.
worry about.
Now we're in it together, okay?
Okay.
And we're going to do this together.
All right.